Hey, let me ask you a question. Do you listen to your heart? Really listen to your heart, which in many ways is the voice of your soul and your intuition as well. Well, let me tell you about an amazing woman I was blessed to work with. And this, changing her name, though the other rest is the truth. And her name is Winnie. And Winnie was given a horrific medical diagnosis, and it was really scary. So her health practitioners gave her this long protocol of chemo and surgery and, radiation and all these other treatments. And when Winnie checked within her heart, it didn't feel right to her. It felt off. And so she looked for alternative types of healers. And that's where I was blessed to be one of those people that worked with her. And you may be like Winnie in that you're successful, creative, like basically a magical kind of a person. And yet there's more that you're ready to give. Only like Winnie, maybe you find yourself giving to everyone else and rarely ever giving to yourself. Or maybe, like Winnie, you were raised to please others and to do your very best to keep the peace in your family because otherwise it would have been even more chaotic. Or maybe you know that you have special gifts, but like you haven't been in touch with them in so long that is it even possible for you? Maybe that's sort of a dream you need to let go. And are you even worthy of having those? Well, Winnie and I worked, and she worked really, really hard. Trust me on that one. And we were able to help her to see that she is valuable and worthy no matter what. She didn't have to accomplish things. She didn't have to give her life away. She didn't have to be perfect. She just simply got to be. She didn't have to be productive. We also helped her to, instead of people pleasing, to start to set boundaries, to say no to others and yes to herself. And that included family and friends and people who would give her rides and ask her questions about her health. And if she didn't feel comfortable sharing, she'd have to like bite her tongue or something and just tell them no politely. So Winnie was faced with a very grave situation. And the universe was basically forcing her to change, to grow, evolve as a spiritual being, and to love herself, to take care of herself, to value herself, to give herself permission to take care of herself first. So you might be relating to some of the things that Winnie was challenged with. I know I was many years ago. And yet you know that it really doesn't serve because you don't want to get to a major illness. That's like that wake up call is like, I know you and I wouldn't wish that on anyone. And so what you want to do instead is maybe hear this story and go like, okay, yeah, I do this. I check those boxes and I don't want to end up there. What can I do? And that's where I would recommend to you that we have a conversation and we can talk about what, where you've been challenged, where maybe you overgive to others, where maybe you're always the perfectionist or the people pleaser or the one that keeps the peace. And yet you're finding yourself exhausted, drained, burned out, and you don't want to settle, but it that option almost feels easier. And yet there's a part inside of you, a longing from your own soul that's saying, no, you can't settle. There is more, and you have more to share and give. And yet, taking care of you first is essential. And I know you've tried and done many things. I mean, yes, you're accomplished and successful. Your resume is a mile long, and your outside achievements from work, it's mind blowing how you have time to sleep. And yet, where are you on your own list? So I invite you to listen to your heart. Ask it, am I listening to you? Is there something more that I can do for myself? And if it resonates with you, to have a conversation where we can chat about what are those like multidimensional gifts that you had as a child, but they've been so buried. Can you even find them? We can help you with that. So I know this is possible. It was possible for Winnie, and happy to say that she is doing well and doing her art and music and all of her other creative things, and still keeping to the lessons of taking care of herself, loving herself. So you deserve to fully love yourself, to step into your power, whatever that looks like, to really express your authentic truth. And I know I didn't introduce myself, so maybe I might do this now as I'm coming to a close. My name is Catherine Walters, and I'm an intuitive ignition catalyst. And I help conscious professional women, evolutionary leaders, ageless goddesses to step into their spiritual independence, to let go of all that conditioning of people pleasing and overgiving and minimizing. And, the list goes on and on and on, putting others first, right? And instead step into their authentic power and be free to express who they are in every way possible. If you know that this is something that you so want, you feel that push from your heart, from your soul, then answer the call. And it starts with us having a call. I look forward to talking with you soon. Love and blessings until I see you. Namaste.